It's Monday, October 30th, 2023. I'm David Ellis with the Ellis Report on Capital Media HD 99.3. One of the judges of the Caribbean Court of Justice, Justice Winston Anderson, is calling for greater accountability within the justice system in Barbados and elsewhere in the Caribbean.
Somebody has to say to whomever the office holder is that your shop is not being run efficiently. And somebody has to be able to say to them that if you don't ship out, you have to ship out. It's as simple as that.
He adds,
we cannot have our young men locked up for 15 years without a trial. That is just not acceptable. And in another system where we inherited most of our weight of influence from, people would resign.
President of the Barbados Police Association, Sergeant Mervyn Grace, says they want police who are working at the CID at Redmonds Drive to be relocated because the building is making them sick.
At this point, the main building that has an issue is CID Central, where I have a number of police officers falling sick every day. And I am almost on the verge of telling the Commissioner it's time to step outside. We are at that point. We may need to ask the guys to come outside.
There's to be a regional summit in Guyana to address critical issues facing manufacturers across the region. It's being hosted by the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association and the Caribbean Manufacturers Association. The bloodletting continues in Vieux Fort in St. Lucia. In recent days, a 66-year-old man and a 44-year-old one became the latest victims of drive-by shootings there. In Trinidad, Independent Senator Suniti Maraj has filed a motion calling for PAN to be declared the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees reports that hundreds of patients are stuck in hospital in the north of Gaza. At the same time, thousands of Gaza residents broke into warehouses and distribution centers of the United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency, grabbing flour and basic survival items. The organization describes this as a worrying sign that civil order is starting to break down after 3 weeks of war and a tight siege on Gaza.
The Israeli army says it's hit 600 Hamas targets in Gaza in the past 24 hours as its bombardment continues. It says its troops killed dozens of Hamas fighters barricaded in buildings and tunnels overnight. Reports say Israeli forces have cut one of the two main roads running from north to south in Gaza, which connect Gaza City to the rest of the territory.
Jamaica is among Caribbean countries calling for peace in the Middle East. This after its foreign minister says the country missed last week's United Nations resolution calling for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. Barbados was among those voting for the resolution. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness speaking last night.
And we want to see the human rights of all peoples respected. And those who have power have a greater responsibility to ensure that people's human rights are protected.
Unstable conditions are affecting the island. The general forecast, therefore, is that it will be sunny with cloudy periods, with a few isolated light showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms during the afternoon.